Hi, the Street Monk. Say hello to everybody. Today, I want to talk about our Catholic Church as it is right now. A lot to talk about, but I think I just want to talk to you about those that most concern me right now, and that is the Catholic Church and its orthodoxy. Orthodoxy, in that I think that with today's Holy Father, our leadership right now, our church is not in a healthy place. Since Pope Francis came on board about 7 years ago, for many years I thought, like many of us did, thought we would get a good Pope. And the Holy Spirit, of course, does everything right and everything. That was my hope and my wishes, but apparently it doesn't work out like that. We got ourselves a Pope Francis, who, back in the 70s and 80s, followed liberation theologies, which is a Marxist ideology closely linked to socialism and eventually communism. So, him being from Argentina, he was in that arena back in the 80s, and he was for it all. And today we're seeing what he has reaped, which is a lot of confusion in our church. Confusion about marriage, confusion about receiving Eucharist, confusion about the gay lifestyle, the abortion. I mean, he's hit every issue, and he has hit them horribly wrong, totally in contrast to our Catholic beliefs and faith. There's many channels out there, good, healthy Catholic channels like Catholic Militant, The Remnant, John Henry Weston, which are good, very good Catholic websites that you can check to follow up on this. I've been watching them for years, and I don't blindly follow them. I really look at what they talk about during their time on the website, and I could honestly say that they're very good. There's maybe about 3 or 4 others. Dr. Taylor, Marshall, he's another one that's very good. Anyways, we've just talked a little bit about Francis, our Holy Father Francis, how he's fallen into a very destructive path for the church. Recently, he went into accepted this Pachamama idol. It was just horrible to watch for those who did watch it. It's horrible. And he processed with it inside the Vatican and allowed it in I think it was the Plaza of St. Peter's, but it was just horrendous to watch, and it being displayed. Obviously, everybody was bowing to this idol, this female pregnant earth idol, and obviously he approved it. I mean, it was all in front of him, and he went along with it. So anyways, I would like to going over all the Catholics, especially our leadership, who are doing really well, and I'll speak about the ones who are not doing so well. What I have found in the last couple of years of investigating for myself, who are the good priests, who are the good, or who are the bad priests, who are the good bishops, who are the bad bishops, who are the good cardinals, who are the bad cardinals. Of course, I mentioned already how I feel about Pope Francis. I think mainly my concern is, okay, let's start off with priest. Frank Pavone is very good. He's a very good priest. He's for pro-life, and he protects our communities against abortion. He speaks out for life, pro-life priest. Bishops, the recent ones I've been hearing a lot is Bishop Joseph Strickland, Bishop Anthony Snyder. They're both very good. And Carlo Marie Vigano. He's actually excellent. He's one of my top, definitely one of my top 5, if not my top 3. Robert Sirach, Cardinal Sirach, Cardinal Raymond Burke. He's very good. Cardinal Gerhard Mueller. He's good. And Cardinal Zen of China. Look them up. Go to the websites that I mentioned and look them up, and you'll find out they're pretty good. They're good traditional Orthodox cardinals, bishops, and priests that are doing good in our community and are fighting all these errors and the confusion within the church. Now I'd like to talk about the bad. The bad list is definitely so long, a very large list. But I'll start with the fathers. The number one notorious, most horrible, and the baddest and worst is one called Father James Martin. He pushes his gay agenda, all over our country, all over our nation. And he in the videos I've seen, he also is perhaps one of Pope Francis's right-hand man for the United States, is what I am understanding. Very scary times we're living in when the Father, Holy Father Francis, promotes what looks like the gay agenda. Father Mark Seitz is pretty bad. Bishops, Michael Bransfield is a bad bishop. Robert McElroy is a bad bishop. Let's see what other bishop do we have here. Oh, and Robert Barron, Bishop Robert Barron. When I first saw his videos, I thought he was very interesting. It was very good. But as I followed his orthodoxy, it strayed quite a bit. It became too lax, and then I finally concluded that he's on the wrong side. He's on the wrong side. A lot of his understanding of the church and the doctrine and everything all messed up. He practices or preaches a watered down, what we call watered down Catholicism. Horrible. Horrible, man. I watched him for a little bit and I just turned away. It was heart-wrenching, really. Let's see, which one's Robert McElroy is another one that I mentioned, Michael Bransfield. Let's see, and now the Cardinals, man, well, there's a lot in this list of very, very questionable, and I consider very bad Cardinals. Let's see, Cardinal Reinhard Marx, Cardinal Walter Casper, Cardinal Blaise Supich, Cardinal Joseph Tobin, Cardinal Joseph Bernardine. He's deceased. Some of them I'll be reading have been deceased, but mostly they're all alive. Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. Oh, he's a bad one, and a more recent one too. Got defrocked, whatever the word is. He became laicized. Big man. Almost created the destruction of Catholicism here in the United States. Michael Bransfield, well, hold on, not past. Robert Mahoney. Roger Mahoney. Pope Francis, of course, I mentioned him. Timothy Dolan. Oh, I guess quite a character. And let's see. Oscar Maradiga. I think he might be from, where is that place? Honduras. And Cardinal Pietro Parolin, I think he's in the Vatican. Anyway, these guys are pretty bad, very unorthodox. They pushed the Vatican II to where it shouldn't be, which is just acceptance of everything that's wrong. And they always will turn back and say that's what the Vatican II ordered, which is false. I mean, their approach to Catholicism is man-centered, not God-centered, much less Christ-centered. They want to run a church without Christ. They want to run a church without God. Godless people, if you don't fear God, you don't fear Christ. Non-scriptural, I mean, everything that is wrong, you will follow. Pretty scary times we're living in, but at the same time, it's a beautiful time because we're exposing all these evil clerics in our midst that have been hidden for over 50, 60, even 70 years. It's a wonderful time to be Catholic for those who want to jump into this battle to protect our Catholic faith, protect the Catholic Church, and push Jesus' agenda, not man's agendas. So anyways, this is Stream Monk. I hope it wasn't too boring, but for us Catholic who are very interested in knowing what's going on in our faith, it gives us a good idea of who's the bad guys and who's the good guys, and I think that's important. Anyway, this is the Street Monk signing up. Hasta luego. Adios.